Okay, so come down onto your mat just at the back. Bring your knees as wide as comfortable. Sit back on the heels, allow the big toes to touch, and just gently walk the hands forwards. You can bend your arms if you want to here. Bring your forehead down. Now feel free to bring your head onto a block or a pillow, anything you might have there. And if this is painful at all, you can always lift your bottom and bring a pillow underneath in between your legs. So just start to relax down. This evening we're going to work on just grounding ourselves down, getting a bit of warmth into the body, and really just listening to ourselves throughout the practice. So just think about the connections that you have to the earth, the connections on the mat. Perhaps spreading the fingers, just really feeling every connection with your fingers and thumbs. And then just start working into the breath. Taking some nice deep inhales. Nice slow exhales. As we're breathing here, you can breathe all the way out to the back, really filling up your lungs. As you exhale, just release anything you don't need. Perhaps set an intention for the practice, so anything that you might want to work on or anything that you might want to achieve. It doesn't even have to be for now. It can be for the next week, month, year. Anything for you that you feel like you need. It might even be just to be present for this next hour. And just for a moment, just give yourself a little bit of gratitude for showing up today. And just thanking yourself for giving yourself some time, some space. Just inhale as we rise all the way up. Walk the hands back towards the knees. And then just allow the knees to come together. Sit back onto the heels. I will come this way, face on. And just for a couple of minutes, we're just going to do some just very gentle breathing exercises. So you can keep your eyes closed and just listen to me if you want to. Just bring one hand onto your stomach and one hand onto your chest. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. And feel free, if this is uncomfortable at all, you can always cross your legs. Sit wherever you're comfortable. We're going to be here for a couple of minutes. As you're breathing, just take note of where your breath is coming from. Is it coming from the stomach, the chest, all the way up? Just where is it sitting? I'm going to take an inhale, really fill up the stomach, the chest, all the way up to the collarbone. And then exhale through the collarbone, chest and stomach. Inhale, allow the stomach to rise out, chest and collarbone to lift. Exhale from the collarbone down, chest and stomach. Inhale through the stomach, chest, collarbone. Exhale through the collarbone, chest and stomach. Just continue that with your own breath in your own time. Just really allowing the chest to expand, the stomach to expand, opening the heart. On your next exhale, just allow the hands to roll to the side of the body, maybe tent the fingers onto the mat. And then inhale as we raise the right arm up and over the head, just gently bring it onto your temple. And then maybe if you want to walk the left hand out just slightly so you get a bit more of a stretch on this left side of the neck. Just let someone else in. Now if you take a nice inhale to release, exhale to bring your hands down. Inhale to bring your left arm up and over the ear. Just allow your fingertips onto the temple and guide it down to your shoulder. You should get a nice stretch down the right side of the neck and the top of the shoulder. And then perhaps walk the right hand out, just gently. So don't be too strong on yourself, just be nice and relaxed, just to begin. Take a nice big inhale to release. Exhale to bring the hands down. We're going to inhale as we open the chest, chin goes up to the sky. And exhale, draw the chin towards the chest, rounding the spine. Inhale to come up, open the chest, open the shoulders. Look up if you're comfortable. Exhale, draw your chin towards your chest, rounding the spine. Lovely. This time as we go up, we're going to inhale, bring the arms up and the fingers move up towards the sky. So we're just bringing our hands to a T position. Fingertips are upwards and then the chin follows. And as you exhale, flip the palms, fingers go down, chin towards the chest. Inhale, reverse fingers pointing towards the sky, chin up. Exhale, draw the chin towards the chest, fingers point down. This time we're going to inhale as we reverse the hands, send them all the way up, interlacing the fingers, palms pressing away from you towards the ceiling. You can lift your gaze if you're comfortable. We're opening out the chest, opening out the throat. And taking a few lovely deep breaths here. Take one nice deep inhale. Exhale to release the hands. We're going to interlace them behind your back towards your lower back. Inhale to open the chest and we're just going to gently start moving forwards. So the hands are going to be moving away from the body, forehead comes down. Doesn't matter where you get to. If you want an extra stretch, you can bring the palms together. And perhaps drawing the shoulders away from the ears. And then as we inhale, the arms are going to pull you up, so moving your hands away from you, reaching yourself all the way up and releasing the hands. Perfect. Walk the hands forwards, all the way to the top of the mat. The hips are going to stay over the knees, coming into our puppy pose. So the hips are still over the knees. You can bring a pillow underneath your forehead or bring your hands to make a little pillow. And keep working the chest downwards. You want to keep your arms outstretched. Bring the forehead down, or if you are in a little bit more of an open body, you can bring the chin onto the mat. But just where you're comfortable. Okay, inhale as you walk the hands all the way back up, come into a tabletop position. The knees are underneath the hips, Wrists are underneath the shoulders, spreading the fingers, really grounding down. The tops of the feet are on the mat. Inhale, release the stomach, look forward. Exhale, curling the spine, chin towards the chest, really pushing away from the mat. Inhale, release the stomach. Gaze is lifted, pushing away from the mat. Exhale, draw the navel back towards the spine, rolling the chin towards the chest, pushing away. One more. Inhale, release the stomach. Open the chest, shine the heart forwards. Exhale, curling the spine. As they come back to a neutral position, you're going to bring the left hand to the inside, the middle of the mat. Inhale, sweep the right arm, option of bringing it all the way up to the sky, or just bringing it to the bottom of your back. Opening out the right shoulder, gaze is lifted if you're comfortable. Keep breathing here. And then exhale to bring the hands back down. Replace the left with the right, so the right comes into the middle of the mat. Inhale, sweep the left arm up towards the sky, or option of bringing it to the small of your back, opening out that left shoulder. And then in time, you'll feel comfortable opening up that arm. So just really listen to your body and just go as far as comfortable. Exhale, draw the hand down. Swap over, left hand to the middle of the mat. Inhale, sweep the right arm up or bring it to the small of the back. And then exhale, we're going to feed the right arm underneath the left. Bring the right ear to the mat. Thread the needle. So keeping the left hand onto the mat. Option here of bringing the left leg up in the air if you're comfortable, engaging the core. Okay, to come out of this pose, we're going to push on the left hand. See if you can challenge yourself. You can bring the left leg down. See if you can challenge yourself to keep the left leg up. So inhale to unravel. So the left leg is lifted. You're going to take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, draw the left knee in towards the chest, curling the spine. Inhale, lift the left leg, keeping the core nice and stable, so we're not coming into a cat-cow sort of position here. We're keeping it nice and stable. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest. And then this time we're going to step the left foot to the top of the mat. Give it a little bit of help if it needs. Right hand comes to the inside of the left foot. Inhale, sweep the left arm up towards the sky, energizing the fingers, coming into a nice twist. Exhale to bring the hand down, framing the foot. Pick up the back toes, stepping back to a plank or half plank. So the wrists are underneath the shoulders, squeezing the bottom, squeezing the thighs. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, draw the knees down. Bring the chin and the chest onto the mat. Inhale as you release the body down. Bring your chest upwards for a cobra. Exhale, curling the toes, pushing the bottom up and back. Downward facing dog. So this is the first one of the evening. So just start pedaling the feet one by one, coming all the way onto the tiptoes. Really getting into every part of the leg. You can have a little twist looking underneath each shoulder. Making sure that your hands are about shoulder width apart, spreading the fingers, middle fingers or first fingers facing forwards. And bend your knees as much as you need here. And take a couple of deep breaths. Take Take a nice inhale as you come onto the tiptoes. And then exhale, really, really slowly make your way down onto the ground. So the knees are going to come all the way down nice and slowly. And then walk your hands back to our tabletop position. Release the toes. I'm going to inhale as we bring the right hand to the middle of the mat. Left hand sweeps all the way up or to the small of your back. And then exhale as you draw the left hand underneath the right, bringing the left ear to the ground. Keeping your right hand flat onto the mat. Option of using your core, engaging the stomach muscles, and then lifting the right leg up. You can stay on the ground if you want to. Feeling into this nice twist. And then to come out again, challenge yourself if you want to, keeping your leg up in the air or bringing it down. So inhale, pushing onto the right hand, keeping the leg up. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest. Inhale, lift the leg, keep the core nice and steady. Exhale, draw it in towards your chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. And then we're going to step it to the front of the mat. So give it a little help if it needs. Absolutely fine. Bring the left hand to the inside of the right foot. Inhale as you bring the right hand all the way up to the sky, energizing the fingers. And take some nice deep breaths. We're really feeling it into the hips here. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hand down. Pick up the back knee. Step back to plank or half plank with the knees down. Nice strong plank, spread the fingers. Exhale, draw the knees, chin and the chest on the ground, keeping the elbows hugged in. Inhale as you release the body, sweeping the chest up. Exhale, curling the toes, push the bottom up and back, downward dog. Take a nice deep inhale, come onto the tiptoes. And then exhale, open out the knees nice and wide. Bring the big toes together, sit back onto the heels. Option here of coming into a bit more of a stretch. You can tent your fingers and you'll feel it a bit more in the shoulders. And maybe come back to that intention that you first had at the beginning of the class. Just remind yourself of what you said. Come back to your breath. Inhale to come forward. We're going to come all the way onto our stomachs. So walking the hands forwards and just allowing yourself to come all the way down onto the mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Just separate the feet a little bit. And so we're going to push into the tops of the feet. I'm going to inhale, coming into our cobra. So inhale, come just a little baby cobra to begin with. Open out the chest. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift the chest a little bit further if you're comfortable. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift the chest, come all the way up again, just if you're comfortable. Exhale, all the way down. Lovely. This time, just walk your hands a little further out of the mat. Then we're going to inhale, lift, straightening the arms. Just for a little extended cobra. a nice deep inhale. Exhale to come all the way down. Bring the elbows down. And you should be in a nice position for our Sphinx pose. So the elbows coming underneath the shoulders in about a 90-degree angle. So plant the palms down, spread the fingers, gaze is lifted, chest is up, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, draw your left ear to your left shoulder. Inhale, come back through center, and exhale, your right ear to your right shoulder. This time we're going to do a little neck roll. So as you exhale, draw the chin towards the chest. And then inhale your left ear to your left shoulder. Exhale, draw your chin towards your chest. Allow your neck to come all the way down and back up to the opposite ear. And then come back to center. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, keeping the elbows tucked in, curling the toes, pushing the bottom up and back. Come into a downward dog. The feet hip distance apart. Sit bones are shining upwards. The inside of the elbows moving in and up. Settle down in this pose. You're going to inhale as we sweep the right leg up towards the sky, and then exhale, draw it to the front of the mat. We're going to pivot on the back foot, so the toes are pointing upwards about 45-degree angle. Inhale as you sweep the arms all the way around, coming into warrior two. So the right knee is over the right ankle, and we're pushing out to the back little toes. Lovely. Inhale as you straighten the front leg. Exhale to draw your body all the way forwards and down. The right hand comes down, the left hand is still moving up towards the sky, so energizing the fingers. Look up if you're comfortable. Then exhale to look down, bring a bend in that front knee. Bring the hands down, framing the foot. Pivot the back toes. Step back to plank or half plank. And then exhale through your flow. Now you can come into a chaturanga if that's in your practice, lowering yourself down, or bring your knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, float up to up dog or cobra. Exhale, curling the bottom toes up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale as you draw the knee in towards the chest and step the left foot to the top of the mat. Pivoting back toes, so about 45-degree angles, and the heels are sort of in line. Inhale as you windmill the arms all the way up to a warrior two. Left knee is over the left ankle. Pushing out to the back right toes, settle the shoulders, looking over the left middle finger. Take a nice deep inhale as you straighten the front leg. Exhale to move your body forwards, and then the left hand comes down, right arm comes up this time. So be mindful not to put any pressure on this left leg. Your hand is just in front, and your right hand is lifted. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale to look down. Bend that front knee. Pivot on the back toes. Bring the hands down onto the mat. Step back to plank. Come through your flow, so knees, chest and chin, or lowering yourself down. Inhale as you bring the body down. Chest comes up. Exhale, curl the toes. Push the bottom up and back. Sit bones high. Settle the heels down. Take a few lovely deep breaths. Inhale, look forward. Step or float to the top of the mat. Separate the feet about hip distance apart. Grab hold of both elbows. Really relaxing the head down. And start swaying from side to side in our little ragdoll. So really relaxing everything, letting it all go. And then allowing the arms to rest down, releasing the hands. We're going to come up nice and slowly. The head is the last bit to come up. And we're going to meet in our mountain pose, Tadasana. Lovely. So coming up to the top of the mat, if we've slipped down, just rock backwards and forwards just for a second. Just find your center of gravity. Just ground down through the legs. Spreading the toes, place them back down onto the mat. Make sure every toe is connected to the earth. Imagine there's energy coming all the way from the earth, all the way up your legs, all the way through your body and out of the top of your head. Now elongating the spine. Pelvis is neutral. Bring your hands towards your sides, palms facing forwards, shoulders back and away from the ears. Come, just find a moment of stillness. And we're breathing from our stomach. Allowing the breath to really fill your belly. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms forwards and back. Float back bend if you're comfortable. Exhale through your heart center, forward fold. Bend your knees. Bring your hands to the side of your feet. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Nice flat back position, hands either on the floor, shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Crown of the head towards the floor here. Inhale, find your flat back, so halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, this time we're going to bring the left hand onto the mat. Now you can, if you've got a block or a pillow, anything, a book that might help you, or you just bring the tips of your fingers. You can bend your knees as much as possible here, as much as you need. The left fingertips are coming onto the mat. We're going to bend the left knee, start to straighten the right leg, and then inhale as you bring the right hand up towards the ceiling, energizing the fingers. Now look up if you're comfortable. If you have any neck pain at all, look down. Exhale to swap over so the right hand comes to the mat. Right knee bends and the left starts to straighten. As you inhale, the left arm up towards the sky, energizing the fingers. Look up if you're comfortable. Exhale, swapping over. So bending the left knee, straightening out the right. Right hand comes up. Exhale, swapping over. Right hand down, left straightens, right knee starts to bend. Good. And then exhale, coming into a forward fold. So hands either side of the feet. Really relax the head here. Inhale, find halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left foot back. Bring the left knee down. Shining the heart forwards. Releasing the toes, the back toes. Inhale as you're sweeping the arms all the way up. And then we're going to exhale, cactus the arms down so you're in sort of a goalpost position. Open the chest, gaze is lifted. And then as you bring your hands forward, just allow them to rest onto the right knee. So working into the hip, so the left hip is moving forwards, right hip is moving backwards, but you've got your right knee over the right ankle. Draw your shoulders down and away from the ears. Deep breath. And then inhale as you sweep the arms up, gaze lifted. Exhale, bring the hands down onto the mat. We're going to start working backwards, so coming onto the heel, lift the toes, start straightening this right leg. Now you can stay here bent, absolutely fine. You just want a little stretch in the back of the leg. So the toes are energized up towards the sky, keeping the hips nice and square. And then we're going to inhale as we walk the hands forwards, pick up the back leg. You can start walking it in towards you. We're going to come up into a half split. So we're going to pick up the left leg, keeping the hands onto the mat, keeping the right knee bent if you wish. And crown of the head comes to the floor. You can start straightening that right leg if you want to. Option of bringing one hand around your ankle and then the other to meet it. And then exhale, bring both feet together. Forward fold. Well done. Inhale, find halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Okay, on the other side. So inhale, step the right foot back, bring the knee down, releasing the back toes. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up. And then exhale as you bring the hands onto the left knee. So again, working into the hips, right hip this time moving forwards, the left is moving back, but keeping the left knee over the ankle. Drawing the shoulders back and down. Ribs are hugged in. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. Oh, I forgot to cactus. Here we go. Exhale, cactus the arms, bringing the elbows down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, draw the hands down onto the mat and then start working backwards. So rocking on the left heel, moving the hands back. The toes lift towards the ceiling, keeping the hips nice and square. Good, so keeping the leg as bent as you need here. You can also rock backwards and forwards to get that stretch, working into the back of the leg. And then we're going to inhale as we walk our hands forwards. We're going to come into our standing split. So picking up the heel, you might want to move the foot a little bit closer to you, keeping the hands onto the mat. Inhale, lift the right leg off. So option of keeping the left knee nice and bent. You don't even have to lift the leg off, you can just keep it touching the floor. An option of bringing one hand around your ankle and then the other hand around. And then exhale to bring the feet to touch. Coming into our chair, inhale, sweep the arms up, sitting the bottom back. So bring yourself into a nice neutral position. Sit back so you can see your toes. Arms are over your ears. You can bring your hands to prayer here if you want to. Inhale, straighten the legs, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms forwards and back. Exhale, all the way down, forward fold. Bend your knees, crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step the left foot back. We're coming into a runner's lunge. Tenting the fingers, shoulders moving away from the ears, shine the heart forwards. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, settle down. So the heel is moving towards the back of the room, the back of the mat. And then we're going to inhale as we straighten the front leg. Exhale to just move our body forward. So you can bring your hands to prayer if you want to, or keep reaching forwards. Don't forget to breathe here. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bend the knee, bring the hands all the way down onto the mat. Step the foot back to plank or half plank. Exhale through your Vinyasa flow. So knees, chest and chin down, or chaturanga if it's in your practice. Keeping the elbows squeezed in. Inhale, release the stomach. Chest lifts. Exhale, curling the toes. Push the bottom up and back. Downward facing dog. Reset here. Take a couple of breaths. Inhale to look forward. Step 4, float to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, find halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, this time step the right foot back, coming into a runner's lunge. Shoulders down and away from the ears, shine the heart forwards. Inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up to a high lunge. Exhale to settle down. So the left knee is over the left ankle. And the right heel is moving backwards. Take an inhale to straighten the front leg. Exhale just to move your hands and body forward. So you're sort of half forward fold here. Bring your hands into prayer as well. You can bring your right knee down if it's uncomfortable at all. Inhale to lift all the way back up. Exhale, bend the knee. Bring the hands to the mat, step back. This time just straight to downward dog. Lovely, well done. Take a nice big inhale, come onto the tiptoes. Exhale, move your knees down onto the ground, nice and gently, nice and slowly. Uncurl the toes, bring your hands, wrap them around your body, palms facing upwards. Forehead makes its way down onto the mat and into a closed leg child's pose. And sometimes it's quite nice here to have a little rock from side to side. And again, coming back to that intention at the beginning of the class. Just check in with your body. How are you feeling? Take one deep inhale. Exhale to release. Lovely. Inhale as we rise up. Walk the hands forward. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. So curl the toes, push the bottom up and back. Inhale as we sweep the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bring it to the front of the mat. Pivoting the back toes, so warrior feet. Left toes are pointing up about 45 degrees. Inhale, sweep the arms up, pelvis is facing forward. Warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, open out to warrior two. So the arms come facing the left hand side. Pelvis is now facing to the left. Exhale and bring the right elbow to the right knee. Inhale, bring the left arm up and over. So you can bring your left arm over your left ear or reach up to the sky. You've got a bind in your practice, feel free to pop that in now. Lovely. Inhale as we come all the way back through warrior two, settle down the shoulders. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, windmill the arms all the way down, pivot the back toes, step back to plank. Option of coming through your flow or going straight to downward facing dog, or bringing your knees, chest and chin. Inhaling, coming up to cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, bring it to the top of your mat. Lovely. Pivot the back foot so the toes are about 45 degrees. Inhale, lifting the arms. The left knee is over the left ankle. And open out the knee. You want to see your big toe, not your little toe. Pelvis is facing forwards. Inhale. Exhale, open out. Warrior two. Keep your shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. Exhale, the left elbow to the left knee. Then inhale, sweeping the right hand up. You can keep it energized towards the sky or moving over your right ear into our side angle. If you have a bind in your practice, feel free to go for it now. Inhale, using your core to lift you back up to warrior two, settle down. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, windmill the arms all the way forward, framing the foot, pivot the back toes. Step back to plank or half plank. Nice and strong plank here, squeezing the bottom, squeezing the thighs. And then exhale through your flow, knees, chest and chin, chaturanga, or go straight to downward dog. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, curling the toes, push the bottom up and back. I'm going to come and sit down onto the mat now. If you want a challenge, we can jump forward, crossing the legs, or make your way down to the mat. If you want a little challenge, we can inhale, look forward, bending the knees, jumping through, crossing the legs, and sitting back down. I know you're probably all looking very graceful, just like me, right now. Okay, perfect. So, just bringing the soles of the feet onto the mat, bending the knees, bringing your hands behind you, and just allowing the knees to drop to one side and then the other. So we're just windmilling them, you should feel a nice stretch into the hips as you go. Just allowing them to drop and just move from side to side. And just noticing any sensations here. Just checking in with how it feels. Don't go too far. Just a couple more times. Lovely. So sitting back up, we're going to stretch the legs out in front of us, coming into the middle of the mat. So toes are lifted towards the sky. We're going to inhale as we bring the left leg onto the mat on the inside of the right leg, or option to bring it over the right leg. Completely your choice. So using your leg to guide your spine nice and straight, nice and lifted. Inhale, sweep the left arm up and over, and just allow it to hug the bottom of the back, so it's just elongating the spine. And then exhale as you bring the right arm around the left knee. So hugging the knee into your elbow crease. And then gently looking over your left shoulder. You can bring your right hand onto the left knee and just draw it around if you don't want to wrap it. Perhaps a little close of the eyes here as we start winding down. The twist is coming from the stomach here, so don't try and force yourself around, just go to where you're comfortable. Your body will tell you if it's uncomfortable. Remember to listen. Inhale as we move all the way around. Come into a little counter pose. Just follow all the way around to the right hand side. Bring the hands onto the mat and a little bow down. And then inhale to lift, come back up. Swapping the legs over. Bring the left leg down. The right leg as we inhale, bring the sole of the foot flat on the mat to the inside of the left leg, or bring it over the left leg. Making sure that the big toe and all four corners of the right foot are on the mat. Left toes are shining up. Inhale as we lift the right arm up and over, placing it on the mat, lifting the spine. Exhale as you sweep the left arm around the left leg, gazing over your right shoulder or closing off the eyes. Option here, bringing your left hand onto the knee if wrapping it around is uncomfortable, and just guiding it towards the body. As we inhale, we lengthen the spine, and exhale to twist. Maybe dropping the shoulders here. We have a tendency to squeeze them in towards the ears in these poses, so just allow them to drop. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale as you come back around. Arms following all the way over to the left hand side. A little bow. Just bringing your head down and then lift it up. Okay, so we're going to inhale now, lifting the legs into our boat pose. Option of bringing your hands around the thighs to lift you up a little bit more. Draw the elbows in, shoulders away from the ears. Or we can bring the hands lifted, palms facing each other, lifting the chest. Option of straightening the legs if you want the challenge. Utilising your core here to lift you up. And then exhale, drop the legs. Chin towards the chest, come down nice and gently. Head is the last bit to come down. Lovely. Just bending in the knees, soles of the feet on the ground. We're going to bring the right foot onto the left thigh, flexing the foot. Option here of just bringing your right hand onto the right knee and guiding it away from you so you get that nice stretch in the hip. Or option number 2 of interlacing the fingers, picking up the left foot and drawing the left leg in towards the body. Finding a nice hip stretch here. Okay, as you exhale, release the hands. The legs are going to move, keeping them in the position that they are in. over to the left-hand side. The right foot falls all the way to the left-hand side, coming into a nice twist, opening out the arms depending on your space into either a T position or cactus. And then the gaze is lifted over to your right shoulder, working your right shoulder onto the mat, keeping that there. Feeling into the twist in the body. Inhale to start lifting the legs back up. And then exhale, bring the right foot down onto the mat, knees bent. Bring the left foot on top of the right thigh. Option of just bringing the left hand onto the left knee and just gently guiding it away from the body. Or interlacing the fingers, lifting the right foot and drawing the thigh in towards you. Maybe drawing the chin a little bit in towards the chest here, lengthening the spine. And then allowing the legs to drop over to the right hand side, release the fingers. Left foot comes all the way over, opening out the arms to a cactus or T position. And then the gaze is over the left shoulder, maybe closing off the eyes. And the left shoulder is staying on the mat here. So if it lifts off at all, just bring your body back. And inhale as you bring the legs all the way back, hugging the knees in towards the chest, little rock side to side. And then allowing the legs to elongate down the mat. Hands come to the side of the body, come into your Shavasana. Just get comfortable. Find a place of stillness on the mat. Feel free to put any clothes on, any socks or blanket. Feel free to bring a pillow underneath the head. Bring some space in between the feet. Allow the ankles to roll out. Bring some space in between the arms and the body. Palms can face upwards. And then perhaps draw the shoulder blades just a little bit in towards each other so you're opening out the chest. And just allow the breath to rise the belly. Exhale, release. Just for a moment, gently scan the body from the tips of the toes all the way to the top of the head, noticing any changes in the body, checking in with yourself, seeing how you're feeling. Maybe a little pause at the heart, coming back to that intention at the beginning of class. And when you get to the top of the head, just checking in with the mind. And just being aware of any emotions that come up. Any thoughts that you have. Acknowledge them and allow them to gently float away. Slowly start bringing some gentle movement into the toes and the fingers, and then the ankles and the wrists. Maybe a little side to side of the head. And then in your own time, slowly make your way up to a comfortable seat by rolling onto one side. And then bringing yourself all the way up. Bringing your legs round. You can bring your feet and legs lengthways out or come into a comfortable cross-leg position. Keeping your eyes closed or the gaze low. Lengthening the spine, opening the chest, opening the heart. Bring the hands onto the knees or bring the palms facing upwards. You can come into Chin Mudra, bringing your first finger and thumb together. Drawing your shoulders down and away from the ears. Slowly start rubbing your hands together and then gently getting a little bit quicker, energizing the palms, bringing some heat within them, and then allow them to gently come onto the eyes. Forehead comes down. Just take a moment to think of one thing that you're grateful for. It can be absolutely anything. Be grateful for giving yourself this time to do this practice. Be grateful for a loved one. Maybe anyone that you want to send some good energy and good thoughts to at this time. And really imagine those thoughts moving away from you and entering that person. Gently flicker the fingers away from the eyes. Inhale as you sweep the arms all the way up. Bringing your palms together. Exhale as you bring your hands to your forehead for kind thoughts, to your mouth for kind words, to your heart for kind actions. Take one deep inhale. Exhale with a sigh. Thank you very much for flowing with me. Namaste.